All right, so here we go. First video, and why am I doing this? I want to share my journey as far as just being a very average investor. I want to show that it's possible with just a little bit of research, a little bit of work, and you don't have to get crazy with it. Now, certainly, I'm fortunate enough to have a decent amount of capital to start, and that's all part of this journey, though. But I'm also in a situation unlike a lot of you, but maybe some of you. I've just went through a separation with my company, 100% involuntary. So you know what that means. But fortunately, it comes with a decent severance, and I'm going to be able to use that severance to live off of for a while I start other opportunities. So a big goal of mine is not to go back into the corporate world. Not that there's anything wrong with the corporate world, but I've always had intentions of just, starting my own business, being in business for myself, making money in the market, the whole nine yards. I've always dabbled around with it a little bit, but got away from it for a while in the market. So what I'm going to do is basically just show you my journey from how to make some money in the market and preserve capital, and how to so you'll watch this account go up and down, and I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you the exact figures on this account, what's going into it, what's going out, and it'll be a combination of my severance and just some money that we had saved, and just some money that I was starting to play around with in the market before this happened. But what I'm also going to do is just take you on the journey of me getting ready to start a business. I'm not going to name what that business is yet, but you'll kind of see what it looks like to start a business from the ground up. And then also, I'm interested in buying an existing business. So I know it seems like a lot, but the way I think about it is the market. There's really not. I'm not going to be doing day trading. You're going to see a lot of mutual fund activity. I'm starting to learn stock options, so you're going to learn with me on that journey. And then in terms of starting my own business, that's where the majority, I would say 80% of my time is going to go. Uh, the rest will be researching stuff, and then learning how to source and potentially acquire existing businesses. So uh, that's me, and that's going to be a little bit about my journey. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. I'll show you what we're starting with. And I'm going to build some a better tracking along the way, but hopefully you can see this. So uh, this is our Schwab account, and a couple things you don't see in here, and there's a reason for that. I have a lot of stuff turned off, right? So I have some of the checking account stuff that we have, um, and with a Schwab account, you get a checking account anytime you open a brokerage account. So I don't really do anything with these. This is the way that you would adjust this in Schwab is you can include in the total value of what you saw in this 112,000, and you can show online. So you can see that I have basically everything turned off. So I have my wife's Roth IRA, which is a rollover from a previous company. I have it shown online, but I don't have it included in the total value. And the same thing, we have three kids, and this is their trust, and it's not included in the total value, but I do have it shown online. And then some other stuff that I have, I help a couple different people do some, like my sister and our nanny, do some retirement stuff. So really, what I wanted to show is that like included in the total value is what we're going to be tracking to with this account. So what is my goal with this account? My goal with this account for now is, again, capital preservation. So we're basically starting out with $112,000. And keep in mind, I created this account called Severance. I didn't name it as the company or anything like that. I'm not going to talk about that. I had a phenomenal run at that company, and I was there for 13 years, and they've been incredible to me, and I feel like I've been incredible to them, and it just didn't work out, and that's just sometimes how business goes. But what I do expect is I think it's going to be around 80,000, hopefully a little bit more. The severance was 126,000, but after taxes, I think it'll be dropped down to around 80. So hopefully a little bit more, but that 80,000 is basically what I need to live on for at least, at the very least, 6 months uh, while I start this other business venture that I'm very, very confident in that we will talk about on this channel. Um, that severance can last me 12 to 24 months depending on how I stretch it out. But again, so the goal will be to take this money and grow it as I'm depleting from it. And then anytime I do any type of capital infusion, I'll let you guys know. So potentially, pulling over a little bit of money from my wife's paychecks. Maybe I do take a little side job or whatever it may be. I already do some bookkeeping stuff for a good friend of mine, his business, so I get paid a little bit from that each month. So I'll probably put some of that in here. But the intention is literally just to say, like, we're starting with 112,000. I think this is going to jump up to around 200,000. And what can we do to preserve this at all costs? And so you can see the way I have it broken down. And earmark savings, kind of ignore that. That's going to ebb and flow. That's just, we throw money in that every month. We need a tire change, or, the kids got to go to expensive dentist thing or something like that. So that ebb and flows throughout the months. The emergency savings, you could see I have about $50,000 in there. And I'm in the process right now. Well, we'll go through all of this, but it was basically just sitting in a super safe money market account. So what I'm going to take you through how I'm going to use this emergency savings to actually generate a little bit of income and drop it in that severance. So the intention is that the severance is going to be mostly dynamic, money coming in, money going out. And the money from my emergency savings, my long-term investments, which is about 50,000 in here, but I'm getting ready to put a little bit more in that. Probably, I do have a Robinhood account that has around $25,000 in it. I'm still debating if I'm just going to leave that in there and keep investing in the cryptos, or move that over in here. But what I've really been getting into lately is options trading. So we'll do some of that. Really, what I wanted to show is that, like, I am an average. I'm as average as an investor as you'll get. So I've always just invested in the S&P 500. And in the past, I bought a bunch of stocks and sold those along the way, some Amazon, some Apples. Did really, really well on those 4 or 5 years ago, and then kind of got out of it over time, but now I'm kind of getting back into it. But I'm really learning a wheel strategy with cash secured puts and covered calls right now. And that's going to be a lot of what we go through here, in addition to just, watching me start up this small business. Um, so that's it. This is my first video, and I'm going to try and put out 2 a week. And that's where we're starting, from $112,759.